One bite of these salmon patties and I'm right back in my mama's kitchen. Let me show you how my mama made salmon patties. I'm using pink salmon today. If my mama could not afford salmon back in the day, she would substitute this with jack mackerel. No lie, it tastes the same to me. But today I'm using pink salmon and I'm draining the salmon from the can. But once I've drained off that liquid, I am now just going to hold on to my can here. I'll tell you why. I'm going to hold on to the can because I'm going to put all of the bones that are in here and the skin back in that can and put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the trash can. And if you all have made these and you know how to make them without your house smelling like a big old fish fry, yeah, let me know, because normally I just raise the windows and turn on the fan to get the scent out. But what we want to do is, now we've got this salmon and I'm holding on to that liquid for a little while until I know whether or not I'm going to need it for the mixture. And I'm just going to transfer that into a bowl, and I can set that strainer aside. Now if you notice, that has skin on it, and inside there are also bones. I don't like the bones. Some people do. Some people like the skin. I don't. I remove the skin and the bones from this, and it's a pretty easy process. It's a little messy, but it's easy. It just comes right off. And then just open it up, and do you see that? I don't like the inside of it, so I'm just going to take out that bone part and pop it into that can that it came from, and we'll discard of that later. If you like the bones, it's, you know, some people like them. It's okay. But yeah, this, I'm just removing that skin from both sides and then opening it up and removing that bone. All right, now we have this. Get that silver skin off. All right, now it looks something like that. So I want to break this up. You can use your hands if they're clean. You can use a fork, whatever. I just usually take a fork and kind of break it apart. Now, Mama, she would double her recipe. I'm just using one can of salmon today because I'm not cooking for a lot of people. But when my mama cooked, she was cooking for an entire family, and she would double this recipe. So I just want to break this salmon up. Some people call these salmon croquettes. We grew up calling them salmon patties. And Mama always made either fried potatoes and onions or macaroni and cheese when she had salmon patties, if we had them for supper. And yes, we called dinner supper, and I still do. So we had that for supper. If we had these for breakfast, they were served with grits and eggs. Whether you say salmon or salmon, it matters not to me. You can call it anything you want to, but we're just breaking that up into pieces that look kind of like that. So to this, she would add an onion. And normally that onion was raw, but it was cut up really finely. She would often grate it just so it was really fine. The reason she did that, these don't take very long to cook. So she would grate the onion really small so the onion wouldn't be in big chunks and it wouldn't be raw when you bit into the salmon patty. I'd rather not have the raw onion in mine, so I am modifying the way she did it. I just put these in the microwave. This is a half of an onion. It's cut up really small like that. I just put it in the microwave for about 1 minute and 20 seconds. And they're soft now. So I'm adding that to my mixture. You can totally put in raw onions if that's what you like, but that is the only thing that I'm doing different to this recipe than what my mama did, because she put in raw onion, but she grated hers really, really tiny on a grater. So we're gonna mix that around. I'm going to add an egg. This helps to pull the mixture together. And I just kind of mix it around, add that in there. I'm adding about a tablespoon of mayonnaise. After we put the mayonnaise in, we're going to come in with saltine crackers. Mama used saltines. Some people use breadcrumbs, some people use flour, some people use a little cornmeal. My mama used saltine crackers. And for 1 can of salmon, it's about a half of a sleeve of saltines. So I've got a sleeve here, and I'm just taking about half of it and crumbling it up as small as I can get it. All right, now that we have the crackers in there, ready for the seasoning. You season this the way you want it. I am never going to argue with anyone over seasoning. Some people like Old Bay in there, and I know this is backwards because I'm not using my back camera, but some people use Old Bay seasoning. Some people like Cajun seasoning in theirs. I love seasoning, and all of my food is well seasoned, but I tend to stick to the same 4 things that I love the most, and that's garlic powder. I like onion powder. I'm not putting onion powder in this because I put the onion in there. I like soul seasoning. Someone asked on one of my previous videos, what is soul seasoning? We call it soul seasoning around here, but it's actually called soul food seasoning. And it's a mixture of different spices: paprika, garlic, onion, black pepper, different things. Sometimes it can be a little difficult to find. You can find it in our area at Food Lion. The Food Lion brand sells a soul food seasoning there. You can find it in places like Dollar General, Family Dollar, places that you typically might not think they would have it. If you cannot find it in your area, you can order it online. But I love soul food seasoning, and I use it on a lot of things. The very first ingredient in it is salt. So be mindful of that. If you are using soul food seasoning, you might want to pull back on the salt when it's time to add the salt to it. But I'm just adding that. I've put the garlic powder in there, the soul food seasoning, and I'm adding black pepper. I'm never going to under season food. As a matter of fact, I might go a little overboard on the seasonings because I like flavor. We all like different things. You season it the way you want to season it. This is how my mama seasoned hers. All right, so this is why I held on to the liquid. I've added the crackers. I've added everything that's going in here now, the egg, the onions, the seasoning. But when I pick this up, it's a little bit on the dry side, and it's not forming that patty very well. So I need to hydrate that a little more. And I'm hydrating it with the liquid that came out of that can, just a little bit at a time. You don't want to overhydrate it. We just want to get this so it's at a consistency that the mixture will stick together. Because those saltine crackers, they're dry as a bone. You have to hydrate them or these won't stick together. Now that egg we use as a binder. We've got our mixture. I'm using clean hands, and I'm just going to pat this out into patties that are about the size of my palm. We don't like great big ones, but if you do, you go right ahead. Just like that. One variation to this, and my mama didn't do this, but I've done it before and it's excellent, is once you get it to this stage, if you roll this in panko breadcrumbs and then fry it, the outside of it has a very crispy texture. It is wonderful, but because this recipe is my mama's recipe, I'm going to do it the way my mama taught me how to do it. So there's the patty. I'm just going to place these on a plate. 1 can should make, I don't know, 5 or 6 of these this size. I'm going to let these rest because I want the crackers to hydrate a little bit more before I put them in the frying pan, because that will keep them from falling apart. It's to just let them rest. Now, if you think you need more cracker crumbs, if you think you need more saltines in there, go right ahead. If you want to add a little flour to it, you can. It's totally up to you. Some people call this a struggle meal. I don't consider this a struggle meal because salmon is expensive right now, if you haven't noticed. But no, this was just something that we really loved, and we would dip them in ketchup or, just have them plain. But it was always really special when Mama made salmon patties. That made 6 patties, and again, I'm just going to let these sit for a little bit, and then I'll put them in a hot frying pan with a little canola oil. So you see how I've heated up the oil. Notice how much is in here. It's not a lot. I'd say probably about maybe 1/3 of a cup of oil, and it is hot. I'm going to turn that heat down now. I had it on medium high. I'm going to turn it down to medium because I want these to cook through. If you don't want these to fall apart while you're transferring them, just use a little spatula or something to kind of pick them up and just slide them off into that grease. And I'm just going to have a plate here with some paper towels on it to help drain the grease when they come off. These don't take very long to cook. When you see they're browning, it's time to flip. The easiest way to flip these, if you have trouble doing this and they start to fall apart, use 2 of these flippers. Go up underneath with one, and flip it over there, and then slide it off. You can use a cast iron skillet for this if you don't want, if you don't have the non-stick ones. I often do this in my cast iron skillet. It's whatever you have. So I'm going to show you what not to do. This one, I flipped it before it was completely brown on that side, so it fell apart a little bit. That's why it's important to make sure they're completely brown on one side before you make that first flip.
This is what they should look like when they come out, and I'll let them rest a little bit before we eat them. And this is the perfect bite.